Good to go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Liz Waters, and I am here with Pam Grace. And
Hi, Liz.
Pam is an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, and she facilitates a specialty class called Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids. And I would love to learn more about this class and what this is. I'm really excited because you're actually coming to Manchester in February the 15th to facilitate this class. And for people that don't know like what Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids and what it's all about, I'd love to share a little bit about that with them. But first of all, I would love to ask, because you have a Facebook page, and I love the name of your Facebook page. Yes. It's called the joy of being a bad parent.
It is.
And so I'm wondering if that is a great place to start, of why the joy of being a bad parent, and what does that have to do with conscious parenting?
Okay. Across my extended career as a nurse who works with kids and parents who have all sorts of difficulties, let's say, what I saw was the majority of parents, including myself at one time, worked really, really hard to not be a bad parent for fear of being judged by everybody else. So even though there are so many descriptions of what a good parent is and what a bad parent is, we seem to spend an awful lot of energy trying to be one and avoid the other. And when I came across the Access Consciousness tools and realized that if you could just get out of judgment of yourself as a parent and judgment of the judgments you have as your child, it just makes parenting so much easier. So the joy of being a bad parent is just the willingness to be the willingness to be the energy of a bad parent. Doesn't mean to say you suddenly have to become this awful parent who everybody judges harshly. It just means taking a look at what judgments do you have of you as a parent, and is that working for you? And if that's not working for you, would you like to learn some tools to come out of judgment of you that would create just so much more ease for you and so much more ease for your children? So
yeah, I actually had a
long answer.
No, brilliant. I actually had a little bit of an aha this morning because I was dropping my kids off at school, and my daughter, as she often does, has a little bit of separation anxiety, so she didn't want me to go. And I was just, crouched down talking to her and stuff, and just really aware, because I mean, there's teachers all over. They go to a forest school, so it's a big field, so there's teachers all over the place, there's parents all over the place. And how, especially in the past, in a lot of those situations, I would feel people watching me and aware of their judgments of how I was handling the situation, and also their questions in their mind of why this is happening, and what's wrong that this is occurring, because of course it's wrong to have this separation anxiety. They must be doing something wrong if she's got it. And just, I was walking away and I was thinking about all of that, oh, do I give her too much attention, too much love? Do I cuddle her too much? Or, I mean, I wasn't thinking this in my mind, but just aware of it. Or, not enough attention. And how, as a parent, you can never find you're always going to be doing too much or not enough, this, that, or the other. So in somebody's eyes, you're always going to be a bad parent.
Absolutely.
And so how if you're always going to be a bad parent, why not have joy? Why not have joy with it? Because it's
absolutely. Enjoy it, because you're going to be judged anyway. Right. So if you're going to be judged as a bad parent, then why not enjoy that process? And just as you were talking there, I kind of, it's the whole conscious parents, conscious kids. It's a journey, it's a journey. And I love that you said that you became aware of you know, the judgments, what you were doing, how you were handling the situation. And for me, that's often where it starts with conscious parents, conscious kids. It's just that awareness of, okay, so where have I been judging myself? Whose judgments are they? Are they mine, or are they someone else's that I've just taken on board? Are they even my judgments? Is this working for me? Is there something I'd like to change here? So just in that one little scenario that you've talked about, that is so common for so many people.
Huge, yeah.
There's like half a dozen tools to choose from to start to look at that and change that, so that you can start to have more fun with those sorts of situations that, you know, that we say would be daunting for you and your child. And how much of that is your child picking up? How aware is your child? And how much
my daughter is so aware. Yeah, I always know if we go there and there's another child that's having separation anxiety, that she's going to have it too, whether she was totally fine like one moment, and then as soon as she becomes aware of another child that has it, she starts to feel the same. And then of course, like I love that I have these tools now to actually speak with her and make her aware that she is aware of what's happening around her, and then it's not necessarily hers. So it's brilliant. Yeah.
And how empowering is that for the child to know that they have some tools to use, and that a lot of that stuff that's going on for them, well, is it even theirs? But how many parents ask their children if what's going on for them is actually theirs, or hey, are you aware of what's going on around you? And what if that isn't a capacity and an ability that you can put into your toolbox? And when there may be something that you're feeling in your body as a bit uncomfortable, what if you took that out of your toolbox and that was the question to ask? Who does this belong to? Is this even mine? Can I actually let go of this? How empowering is that for a child to actually go to school on day one with their lunchbox and their backpack and this toolbox that's now got some tools in it to actually handle this day for themselves.
Totally. And I find too, it really helps too, not to make her wrong for how she's feeling, not to make, you know, me wrong for it happening, you know, not to make any of it wrong. It can just shift so much more quickly. And also too, like, you know, in Access, we talk about like energetic, like putting up barriers and stuff. And I know like, oftentimes, like when something like that's happening, like as a parent, you want to like, especially when it's about separating physically, like you want to separate, you put up the walls and barriers energetically, like, nope, it's time to say goodbye. We've got to, you know, separate now. Whereas like when I have these tools where I can actually drop my barriers and stay connected with her, even when I walk away, like we're still connected. I find it just creates so much more ease.
Absolutely.
So much more ease, where I don't have to like, you know, it's time to say goodbye.
Yes. So for everyone, because here in Australia, the kids start back at school next week. Some of them are already starting. So that's another beautiful tool to share. Thank you, Liz, for that. Yeah. So to actually lower all your barriers of fear and anxiety and trepidation about what this day is going to be like for you and your child. And what if you just do it? It's not a how-to. You don't have to go into your head. It's just, okay, let's drop the barriers and then stay energetically connected to your child. And again, there is no how involved. It's just, okay, I'm going to drop my barriers. I'm going to stay energetically connected to my child so they don't have to separate from you. And that's another wonderful tool that creates such ease for kids and parents.
Totally. I mean, just in this one scenario, you could go into like so many different tools, because now like so many are popping into my mind of like different things that, you know, that are happening, you know, in this one situation, and different tools that you can use to make it more ease. So I know we'll be talking about a lot of these during class. So I think probably for one little video, it it would be too much. But yeah, so what, like, maybe just one more little question. So what have you seen, like, what do you find is some common threads that people that come to these classes, some common threads that people come to? I'm sure you get like a lot of people coming with like very similar questions and scenarios and stuff. Like,
sure.
Does it depend on like the age of the kids and like what phase they're in, or is it?
It can do.
Yeah.
One of the big things, I suppose, that people come along with is that sense of needing to control their child. Be a toddler having a tantrum, or a child not wanting to go to school, or a teenager just acting out. And so a lot of parents come along with this kind of, I really need to control this situation, again, for a whole host of reasons that are probably too many to go into right now. But with access consciousness, there's a whole toolbox of ways of actually managing and handling those situations that give you the confidence and also empower your child. And that's the whole idea here, is that this is going to be so much more easy for you, and at the same time you're actually empowering your child to be able to leave you as a confident grown-up. That's the whole idea, is that they become empowered, that they become resilient, that they become confident, and they're able to do all of that and leave you confidently. And it's all okay. That they leave you to go for their first day at school. They leave you to start their job. They leave you to go to kindy, whatever it is, that they're able to do that in a resilient, confident way. And you're able to say bye and feel fine about it all, you know? Yeah, so with the Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids intro, we start the process. We start to look at, okay, what are your judgments of parenting? What would you like to change? What's going to work for you here? Because this is not about me just telling you what to do. This is me facilitating you to look at what energies can we change here to create more ease. That's the whole idea. Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids is not about managing behavior or controlling. It's about changing energies. And we have a whole range of tools in which to do that with.
Amazing. Well, I am so excited and so looking forward to you coming and facilitating this class. And so for everybody that's listening, it's the 15th of February in Hale, Cheshire, North England, from 1 to 5 p.m. And come and
please
let's bring more ease, more lightness, more fun to this, because like parenting for most people is like so heavy, so serious, and it's so much easier to change when you.
It's what most people call the hardest job in the world. So what if we could change it from the hardest job in the world to ease, joy, and glory? That's my target.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Well, thank you, Pam.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
I look forward to talking to you in person very soon.
Yeah, me too.
Bye for now.
Bye.